Alrighty, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, dude. In today's video, we're finally doing some stuff to the good old Genesis, dude. I think I've only made two videos on this channel about the Genesis, which was, one was installing this grill, this carbon fiber grill that I put in, and the exhaust, which, the exhaust, if you watched that video, I ended up putting the old one back on, because, let me just show you. Yeah, so, this is the hanger that's supposed to attach the body onto the exhaust, or I guess it's like this. Exhaust is down here, and it just clean broke. As you can see, it looks a little goofy right now. I have these side skirts completely off. They're out of body shop right now. I bought some little side skirt. I guess they're extensions, I guess. They just go onto the very bottom of the side skirt. But it's not like a splitter. It's like an actual like extension. And I didn't like how it was like two pieces, so I'm getting that molded to the body of the car right now. So that's why it kind of looks weird. Today we're just going to be doing the rear arm. So I got the rear lower control arm here. Pretty sure this is the camber arm here. Yep, rear camber arm. Rear upper arm and rear tow rod. So that's what we're going to be doing today for the rear. I do have the front. I have the front tension rods and the front tension arm, whatever. Front tension rod and the lower control arm. But I'm going to be doing that on another day because I have 4 of these arms to go into the back of that on each side. So that's going to be a process. Hopefully I can get it done today, but I'm excited to start working on this thing again. It's looked the same for too long. I mean, it does look good, don't get me wrong, but I've had the same setup for I don't even know how long, and you know me, I like my tilty wheeled cars, and I don't really have one with tilty wheels, so this will be the first car with tilty wheels. Good old 39 degrees out right now, so you know what? That's pretty warm enough to start working on this thing. So I gotta shuffle all these cars, get this thing in here, and we'll get to work. All right, got the V in here. Speaker, ignore the music in the background, it's crucial. Oh God, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm doing the same work on both sides, so I'll probably start with this passenger side. Now I'm gonna pop the wheel off and get to work on these freaking arms. I'm not really excited. I mean, I am, but I'm also not. I'm hoping with the camber, it'll allow me to go lower, and I'm also gonna get some other wheels, which I actually did buy new wheels yesterday. I've been looking for a set of these forever, and they're super hard to come by, especially with a decent spec and good condition, which a spec I wasn't really worried about because I'm just gonna rebuild them anyways, but I was worried about the price, because, yeah, a little sneak peek, but those are coming. I'm not gonna tell you guys what they are. You'll see when I get them, but they're super big. They're 10.5 and 11.5 with a 4.5-inch front barrel and a 5-inch rear barrel, which I might be able to, I mean, lips, sorry, 4.5-inch lip, 5-inch lip in the back, which I don't know if I'll be able to fit, but with camber, I might be able to, because Adam, my buddy Adam with the silver Genesis, he's also cambering his car too at the same time. We're both doing it at the same time. He was able to fit a 4.5-inch lip in the front, which every wheel's different, but lip sizes are generally the same, I think, with 3-piece wheels, but he was able to fit a 4.5-inch in the front with like 5 degrees of camber, which I want a little bit more than 5 degrees in the front. Let's stop yapping, let's just freaking take this wheel off. Big. We're replacing this top arm, which is the camber arm right here. This one. Replacing this one, which is like the upper arm, I guess. Replacing this one, which is the lower arm here. And then the tow rod, which I'm pretty sure is this one, because this is the shortest one. So all 4 of these arms are all getting replaced with adjustable ones. All right, so I'll start with this one, which is the lower arm, which is, this is a 17, right on the money. And this other side, let's see here. That other side right here, this one, you could probably get an adjustable wrench on that. Might get some PB Blaster and squirt some on there, probably easier. Let's do. This is the stuff I'm telling you. A little bit all in here. I don't want to get it on the garage floor. Let me do a little bit more than that. Oh, okay, let's see. And I can't even get an impact on this. That's great. My impact is too big. Awesome. All right, so I got the 17 Mama wrench and the 17 Mama socket. I'm just gonna hold the back in this shed. Oh yeah. Back nut came out. It's still stuck in there, but I'm just gonna keep flattening it out, and it'll come out. Might have to push it on the back. Yeah, actually, I started it out in the first place. Oh. It's a jet. So let's see if I can. Yeah, okay, how's my phone? Oh, it's moving up. I'll put the bolt back in there just to hold it. All right, so I was able to get it loose. If you can see up there, I just stuck it up. I stuck the arm up really far, and I put the bolt. The arm is up here. It's not through the bolt hole, as you can see. I just put it back up here so the arm would stop moving, because it was kind of fighting me when I'd loosen this. But now we are good. We are good. Thank you. All right, and there we go. Lower control arm out. Probably do this tow rod, which there's no thing on this side, so I'd assume it's maybe a 17, prop 2 also. All right, so I got this bolt out. Here it is. This is a 24, which it's a little loose in here. I would have liked a 23, but for some reason my freaking thing did not come with a 20. I was just really careful to make sure the socket was really on the nut. I'm kind of an idiot. The reason it was not coming out was because this is a whole lobe. I mean, look at this. This is a whole lobe. So I'm gonna, all right, so I was able to get it. I used just one of these. It's like 3/4 because I didn't have a 19. I just broke it loose. This, and then I'm just adjustable wrenches. These things, I love these things. So this is the first time I've used this. It's already broken. I used this side to break it loose, not this side. Awesome. Can't believe that just broke. That was the first time I've ever used it and it just broke on me. Nice. And like I said, I used the wrench side to break it loose, obviously, not the adjustable side. And it's just, look at that, just clean out. All right, just got this thing out. Didn't take me that long after I stopped filming. I was just beating, you can see, I was beating on it, but I figured I'd rather beat on this than the knuckle because I obviously need the knuckle. I don't need this thing anymore. I got the other one. So just found this out. I'm gonna zoom this in on the video, but I don't know if you guys can see that. There's like 2 holders holding that nut in, so that's not moving. Oh, hell yeah. Got it loose. Had to, my breaker bar was wherever that is. Oh, it's right here. Breaker bar was a bit too long. Let's go. So I got the goods out. Got the furthermost bolt towards the knuckle out for the upper arm. And that back one right here, it didn't come out. The nut didn't come out. It's stuck in there with the, cause like there's little holders in there for it. So this should now just, without hitting my airline or anything, it should come out. Oh yeah, here we go. I'm gonna pop my axle out. There we go. Upper arm is now we got one more, and that is the good old camber arm. Alrighty, so I went ahead and put the upper arm in. I didn't really adjust it properly how I should. I'll adjust all that after because I got 3 other arms to go. Alright, so here's the juicy camber arms. I don't really know if there's a side. I mean, these things look like, I mean, you can't really, they're not labeled left and right, but honestly, I don't think it really matters because, okay, yeah, that's like the same. All right, so I have the camber arm in. I think it goes like this. Hopefully, we'll find out soon, but it goes, pretty sure it goes down. Locking nuts go on this side, obviously, so we can adjust it easier. You can already see the wheel kind of tilted. I don't know if you, oh, you can definitely tell. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I'm so excited. All right, guys, so I got all of the arms in. Got the camber arm in, the upper arm, the tow rod, and the lower control arms. All right, so I got all the arms in. They're all loose right now because I was kind of messing with them and figuring out, just like getting the wheel straight, which I would say that's pretty, a little bit of toe in like this. I had to take the camber out because these wheels are super wide and it would hit this little adjuster thing right here. Let me show you. This little adjuster thing right here. Alright guys, I ended up finishing. It is now like 11 o'clock. It is 11 o'clock right now. It did take me a little bit longer just because I was going back and forth, figuring out what I wanted to do, figuring out adjustments. So I'm done, and just for the rear, and let me tell you, hold on. I don't know if you guys are ready to see this. All right, look at this. Look at the tilt, dude. This thing is literally a spaceship. Look at how much of the tire is coming off the ground. I don't know if you can tell, but we got a good bit of the tire coming off the ground, I'll tell you that much. But dude, so originally, I think the toe might be a little off, and I think the passenger side has more camber. Not sure why. I just gotta readjust it, I guess, but this is insane. So this is about like negative, I don't know, somewhere between 8 and 10 in the back, just like for the freaking iPhone compass level thing. But yeah, I mean, look at how much of the tires on the ground. So this is as much as I'm wanting to go in the back. Probably around between 8 and 10 in the back. This is plenty, no more than this, and I don't know if I want to do less. But Vadim came in clutch, dude. Look at this. So I don't know if I said this in the video, but my wheels are super big and it hits the top, so I couldn't clear. The only thing I really couldn't clear without the spacer. But with the spacer, I cleared just barely. I had these little knobs for the dampening adjustment, and I rubbed those a little bit. So I took them off. I actually broke one, but I can just buy another one for like $5. I'm actually really happy with this. I think my new wheels are going to fit pretty good with the rear lips that I have. The front, we'll have to see. I haven't done the front yet, obviously. I'm gonna do that probably next weekend, but I'm really happy with this, boys. I got the wheels as straight as I could, just without an alignment. So and I have to hit the alignment shop after I get the fronts done, get it all straight as possible, get all the tilt dialed. Yeah, with that being said, I will see you guys. Screen just blanked. I don't know what that was. Is this recording? Alrighty, it's day 2. Some of you guys said you want to see my Hot Wheel collection, so if you watch this far into the video, here it is. I got, they're everywhere. More over here, these are like the special ones. And then I got some of these that I don't have room on the wall for. So, anyways, there's that if you guys want to see that. But, oh my God. Now, it's time to put these front control arms in. It's not going to get us near as much as the rear, but it'll get us about like 5, 6-ish, I think. At that point, if you want more, you have to slot your struts, which I might be doing. Here's the V though. I'll show you guys the rear camber. Ignore the oil. Gotta fix it. Here's the tilt. You guys can see that's probably sitting at about negative. I don't know what this is. Let's do a good old iPhone level real quick. Sitting at about negative 6, 7-ish, 5. Oh, I just shut my phone off. Sitting at about negative 7 aired up right now. And when it goes down, it probably goes down to about, I don't know, 8-ish, 8.5, 9. This side's 6, which I think the passenger side does have more, so I'm gonna have to adjust that. Let me try the other side of my phone. Okay, now it says, okay, yeah, so I think I adjusted it kind of weird. I didn't max this side as much as I could. Toes a little off too, I can kind of tell. All right, I'm gonna get this thing up in the air and start wrenching on the front. All right, so under the car, so we got the tension rod right here. Also have Megan Racing tie ribbons coming, which they're supposed to come today, so they better come today, or else it's gonna be bad. And then we got the lower control arm right here. Look at this, dude, just in time. We just started working on it, and they are now here. It comes with some new cotter pins, which is good. Let me pull on these out. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice tie rod there. The reason I got these was because I've heard that you do need longer tie rods. This part must be installed by a qualified technician. Of course I'm qualified. All right, so I did not record much of this side, but it is done. Let me get the tension arm in here. Tie rod end and the lower control arm. My sway bar's hanging. It's pretty easy. Also, let me show you guys. A ball joint puller is highly recommended. Where is it? One of these or one of these. Highly recommended to get these ball joints off for the tie rod, the tension rod, and the lower control arm. Because I was sitting here probably for an hour on the other side beating the tension rod out, and it would not come out. This one was my friend's. This is the one I bought. It was like 20 bucks. This is my friend's. It's a lot thinner, so if you can find one with thinner teeth like this, unlike this one's we've got thicker ones, this one would be the easier one, just because it's easier to get into these. Like, you have to get something to hold the tension rod, because this sensor right here broke off. Whatever this is, wheel speed sensor, ABS, it just completely broke off on the other side. All right, everybody's just finished up the front tilt, and look at this. Okay, okay, you can't really tell, but I'm gonna get a little closer. You can definitely tell a little bit. You could definitely tell it's a little bit tilted. It was definitely a lot more than it was before, so this definitely did work. But this will get you about a couple degrees. Yeah, look at that. You could definitely tell a little bit more. It's a lot less than the rear, I'll tell you that. But you could definitely tell. Also, adjusting the toes a pain. Like, this side is way tilted. It's clipping, bringing my fender out. Yeah, I definitely got front tilt now. You can 100% tell. And the rear is just crazy. I wish it was daytime so you guys could see this better, but use my phone flashlight. That is where the slotting comes in. I don't know if I'll include it in this video. I'm not gonna do a ton. Like, I know Adam is doing a lot, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna do a little bit more. Dude, this thing's sitting good now, I'll tell you that. It looks so much better with just a little bit of tilt, dude. It's insane. It looks so much better with a little bit of tilt. It's not a ton, I think like -8, -9 in the back, -3 in the, -3, 4, 5 in the front. But definitely going to be doing more in the front to where it matches. I think I'm going to do a little bit less in the front than the rear, but I want to have it almost matching. So we'll see. I'll carve it out a little bit, slot it out a little bit, and we'll see what that goes. I'm going to have Adam help me with that because he's doing it right now, and so he's obviously going to know what to do and help me with mine. So that is that. But I'm not sure if I'll include that in this video, but if not, I appreciate all you guys watching this video. Stay tuned for the wheel reveal side skirts and front bumper coming for this thing. I'm super excited how this thing's gonna turn out. But yeah, boys, I'll see you in the next one.